I don't think my friend ran away. Written by that guy. I'm gonna add this person's name in the beginning, probably. I've been depressed for a long time, mostly since my dad died. All of his friends called him a hero. I was a cop, and this sacrificed himself to save by an active shooter. I was 9. When that happened. I remember it like it was yesterday. But yesterday was my 17th birthday. And now, my life is a nightmare. My mom eventually remarried, but I can't blame her for that. She was lonely and needed help. Raised a troubled kid. I was rich. She'd been more aware of whom she was bringing into our lives. He's not why I'm in trouble, but he's an asshole who treats my mom like shit. She's too in love with him to see that. To see it. No, he's not. The reason I ended up here, but he's a participating factor. I have to scroll down. It started when I heard that my friend Cassie had a runaway. I didn't get it. Cassie lived in a suburban wonderland. Her parents were still married. They doted on her. Her siblings weren't douchebags, and she got really good grades. I mean, not straight A's, but good enough that she was on the honor roll, and her folks was proud of her. Isaac is the word I use. Isaac is the word I'd use. I spoke to her parents a time or two. They wanted to know the first time if Cassie had said anything to me. She hasn't, and I'd said too much. The second time I went over to be, I don't know, supportive in her tough time. I knocked on their door, and Miss Bayman answered. Oh, Julie. Hi. Is everything okay? I asked. It was. Hi. Miss Bowman. I just thought I'd come over to say hi. And see if you guys had heard anything regarding Cassie. I'm sorry if it seems insensitive. Cassie's mom opened the door wide and smiled a little. Oh, no, honey. Please come in. I know you probably miss her as much as we do. I did, but Cassie had been one of my best friends, maybe 5 years ago. We'd grown apart a little after my dad died. I guess that's her fault. I'd withdraw from everybody. I said as much as Miss Bowman, and her eyes welled up in tears. Julie, we don't know where Cassie is, but we got a letter shortly after she went missing. It shocked me a little. Missing. I thought she was just a runaway. I don't understand. Miss Bowman opened it a blunter that I sat on her coffee table. Blender. I carved out on the coffee table and pushed it towards me, where I sat next to her on the couch. I read it aloud. Mom, Dad, I'm with Greg. I'm not in danger. I just need to get out of this dead end town and see the rest of the world. I'm sorry if this disappoints you, but I need this. Love, Cassie. Cassie's mom closed the binder, sniffed back the tears, and said, "We got this maybe a week after she disappeared." It's what convinced the police that she was a runaway. I looked at her face, and I could tell that she was less than convinced of her words. I couldn't help myself. Who the fuck is Greg? Miss Bowman flinched at the language. I apologize. Sorry. I just don't understand any of this. I never knew Eddie Greg. I mean, I know Cassie, and I aren't the best of friends anymore, but I never heard of her. Seeing anyone. A small smile touched her lips. It's alright, dear. Richard. Miss Bowman said the same thing when he read the letter. I never heard Miss Bowman swear in the 10 years that Cassie and I had been friends. Was Cassie depressed at all? Miss Bowman frowned a bit and started to shake her head and stopped. I won't lie to you, Julie. I will lie to you, Julie. I feel like I don't know who my own daughter was. If she was depressed, I didn't know it. I spoke with her a little while longer and thanked her for her time and the memories I should have gone home, but I didn't want a deal with to deal with Todd myself. I called my mom at work and told her I was going to go to the library and do my homework before I went home. She said she'd see me when you know what? I spoke with her a little longer. I thanked her for her time and the memories. I should have gone home, but I didn't want to deal with towards myself. I called my mom at work and told her I was going to go to the library and do my homework. Before I went home, she said she'd see me when she got off work. I hate lying to my mom, but I wasn't about to tell her that I was going to find a nice quiet spot in the woods and smoke some weed. I did just that. After the emotional drain of Bellman's house, I was needed to not give a shit. For a little while, I found my spot in the woods and pulled my stash out from under the stump. I hid it there ever since Todd busted me smoking in my old playhouse in the backyard. Dick. I wasn't told far from home, and I wasn't exactly lying, because if my mom ever pinged my location on my cell, it put me within 100 meters of the library. I took a few hits and leaned back against the stump, closed my eyes, and just listened to the trees. I was dead quiet, but it shouldn't have been no birds, no critters, or even an instinct noises. Nothing. I felt the hair on the back of my neck stand up from the wrongness of it. I was about to open my eyes when I heard a snapping noise, like someone or something had stepped on a branch. I should have gone the hell out of there, but it was like my brain reverted to childhood. You know, if I can't see it, I can't see. If it can't see it, it can't see me. I heard more muffled noises until they stopped just behind me, and to the left, and a voice came to me and said, "I'd say I heard it, but not quite right. I mean, I did hear it, but it was inside my head. Keeping your eyes closed is probably a good idea, kid." I felt a hand take the pipe from me. I heard a lighter spark and the sound of someone inhaling as the voice spoke again. Not bad. Before you dismiss this, no, I'm not in hallucination. I opened my mouth to speak. The voice hushed me. My mouth clamped shut, but not of my own accord. "This is just a warning to you, Judy. Please stop asking questions about Cassie. Let the Bellmans be there and enough pain as it is. Don't you think?" I nodded, trying to think for myself. I felt a sharp poke somewhere behind my eye, and the voice said, "Yes, I'm who the letter refers to as Greg. Cassie is with me and is gonna stay that ways for a long as I like. I felt tears squeeze themselves out from under my eyelids. I felt the pipe placed back into my hand and the breath of breeze blown from the direction of my thermometer. No, not a breeze. It was his breath. It was his breath. It was filled. It was filed, rotten, with just a touch of musk from the reed. I would hate to have a talk with you again, Judy. You're not exactly my type, but I make an exception if I need to. Unbidden. Images flashes through my mind. Tell pretty, really girls like Cassie. Their faces butted and settled and took my head empathetically. She spoke again. Good. I see we understand each other perfectly. I hope there's not a next time, Judy. I stayed there, shaking. I reached out for how long? Squeezed out for I don't know how long. I don't know. I started to hear the sounds of nature again. Bird song, the breeze of insects. I screamed when my phone rang. My eyes flew open. At first, I was surprised to see it was dark. I saw my mom number on the screen and answered. Judy Maria Townsend. I've been texting you for an hour. I'm in the library parking lot. Get your ass out here and let's go home. Dinner is getting cold. I took in a shutting breath and told her I would be out in a minute. I started my pipe and made my way to the car. She chewed my ass the whole way home about not answering her, and all I could do was apologize. I'm writing this down so I remembered it. I hope he can't dig into my head and see what I am. If he does, I may be the next runaway. And that's the end. If you want. And that's the end of this story. If you want more, I don't know what I'm gonna name this series. Creep Rib Tells, maybe. But if you want more, make sure to comment. Make sure to subscribe. Anyway, see ya.